Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Doki Doki Literature Club. We just talked to Nat, we showed her our poem, and now it's time to move on to the next girls. Let's start off with Sayori. Oh, I like this one, Mocha Cat. It has some nice feelings in it. Oh, I'm glad. Still though, your tone makes it sound like you liked yesterday's poem better. I guess you caught me. Sometimes you know me a little too well for your own good. Well, I don't just try to be nice about it. If I'm doing a bad job, then I'd rather just hear it. No. I still like this one, I promise. You know I wouldn't lie to you, Mocha Cat. Never, ever. Yeah, I guess so. Except for the part where you wanted to make me pay for your snacks. You kind of lied about not having money. What made yesterday's poem so great compared to this one, then? Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. No, I think it is. I think it literally is. It's a poem. But then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, it's like 99% of the premise. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you'd like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Ugh. Why not at least try giving it some thought? Oh, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Yes, but this is kind of a weird situation to bring it up in. Yeah? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyways, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for it, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help you give the rain cloud a little hug and make a happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. Huh? It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Mocha Cat. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles, I pop off my scalp. What? I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumbs and forefingers and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, and there's no time to waste. I just put it in the bottle to keep it safe. But there's no time to waste. I put it in the bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts. Happy thoughts in bottles in a row. My collection makes me a lot of friends, each bottle of starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friends after friends, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering a secret hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off the bottle's cap. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done. I open up, and in comes my friends. In they come. In such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them off the shelf, one after another, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts and shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something, but all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. This is actually a deep poem. This is a pretty deep poem from what I'm used to from you. Holy crap, yeah, exactly. That was a good poem. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did! Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but... I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. That's like the creepiest thing that's happened in the game so far. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm also used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good. So you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself in this way. It even helps you understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing is the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Hey, ha, ha, ha. Foreshadowing? Question mark? Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori always has a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Yuri! Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Mocha Cat, how did you pick up on this so quickly? You like it, don't you? Just yesterday, I was telling you the kinds of techniques worth practicing, and I listened. Maybe that's why. You did a good job of explaining. I really wanted to try to give it more imaginary. Giving it more imaginary? More imagination? Huh. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, a little bit. But seeing someone motivated by my writing... Oh, in that way, yeah. It just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writings before? But you shared them yesterday. With the Sayori and Nat and Monica, you shared them yesterday. Unless you're talking about the time frame today and tomorrow, and you're counting that as one experience. Or if this is like your first real quote-unquote poem, you know. Like the other one was kind of like diluted. Is that what you're saying? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh? Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Are they bullying her behind my back? Are they bullying each other behind my back? Anyway, Do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. The raccoon! It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread from a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as a wandering human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread. My subconsciousness well aware of the consequences. Well aware that the raccoon that is fed well will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hunger curious. The raccoon, an urge. The moon, an expensive. Oh my gosh. Okay, I made the wrong choice. Yuri was the wrong choice. She uses too many big words. The moon encampments its phases and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eye of the raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon was taken to following me. It could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I banish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic prolongant conditions. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. Okay. The raccoon is either her dark side, or we've reduced our way backwards to Nat and Sayori levels of writing. I was a little bit more daring with this one than yesterday. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. I'm telling you, it's either her darker personality or we've gone back to Sayori and Nat levels of writing. Or the other option, of course, is that the raccoon is like a representation of a real person, or like me or something, that I'm like slowly taking the bait from her or whatever. I don't know, we'll see. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem to convey and express vivid imaginary and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it to face value, then I can't really figure out what it's supposed to mean. Dude, it's so weird. Like, I feel like Nat and Yuri suddenly switched up. They switched up. Last episode, Nat was trying to convey, like, emotions through words instead of, metaphorical senses. Now Yuri's trying to use metaphorical senses instead of big words. Well, she's still using big words, but, like, she's using a more mortifical. Oh my gosh, you guys know what I'm trying to say. She's being more mortifical. Okay, we're moving on. Well, I think it's something that's different people can relate to in their own way. I want to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies, like feeding raccoons. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So sometimes I enjoy writing about them. Huh? That's funny. Not really. Did Nat also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest. Huh? She did? Oh, are they writing poems about each other? Nat is totally writing a poem about Yuri, and Yuri's writing a poem about Nat. That's probably what it is. I bet you that is the fact. That's fact now, guys, okay? That's a fact. No theories, no nothing. It's a fact. Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into, so as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like you two have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Yeah. But please don't tell her that I said that. Don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my weirdness, I would probably hate myself. You learned to embrace your weirdness from me just now? Okay. Yeah, I'm following. I'm following. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. No, Monica! Hi again, Mocha Cat. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for me today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. Great job, Mocha Cat. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. Like a good or a bad O. It's really metaphorical. Guys, I said it right. Are you proud of me?
Flashback.
She's using more mortifical.
End of flashback.
I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations low. It always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyways. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Yes, I do. That's why I chose it. Are you going to be jealous? Writing that's full of imaginary and symbolism. It's not... I guess it is imaginary, but it just sounds so wrong in this sentence. It should be like full of imagination and symbolism, or imaginism? I don't know if imaginism is a word, but it just doesn't feel right. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe unhappy and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to desire their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or let them deeply analyze all of the nuances. I feel like you can do that regardless of how good or metaphorical a poem is. Just like Nat was saying, you can do a deep dive on Nat's poem even though it's not metaphorical. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You can do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning by trying new things. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way it turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Ah, yes! What a great title with no deeper meanings. Save me. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, blazing. Red, green, blue. An endless company of meaningless noise. The noise it won't stop. Violent, raging waveforms, squeaking, surging, piercing, sighing, coursing, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a ballet on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Oh my god. I need a drink of water after that voice. I don't know how well you guys heard that. I might have to turn up the volume after saying that. Oh my gosh. I'm lightheaded from that. I'm not doing that voice again. Sorry guys. If you liked deep demonic voice, yeah. Last time that's coming. But anyways, this is definitely the creepiest poem yet. Definitely. Let's see, I think this poem is about saving her. I don't know if it's about saving her from herself, or saving her from the other girls, or saving her in the sense of, you are my hero, my shining knight, save me, in a creepy way, you know? Yeah. You are my one true love, save me. By, I'm gonna kidnap you or something? I don't know. We'll see. We got our theories, though. Those are the theories. Gotta say them before they happen. It's very more abstract than your last one, huh? Wait, is she gonna copy me? Ooh, that would be good. Or not good, but like, that would be cool. If I do abstract, she does abstract. Is that why she's not on the poem thing? On the book? Because she's making her own poems. Like, she makes a poem based on what you say. Like, I think that's for all the characters, probably. They probably have different poems. At least in some of the runs. I bet if you're going for Yuri, Yuri has different poems. And if you're going for, like, Nat has different poems. But, like, I bet Sayori always has different poems. Like, that's why she's not on the book. Because it's just the three girls on the book, you know? But Sayori, she's like, copying us. New theory. My theory. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. What do you mean? Isn't that what Yuri does? I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to write your words can totally change the mood of the poem. I agree with that. I like poems that are spaced out like yours, and not as wordy as Yuri's. I chose the wrong girl to go after, honestly. It was too many words. I like Yuri as a person, but I don't like her poems. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes you feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what the poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it in that way, not very many poems is about something. Anyway, here, Mocha. Here's Mocha's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. I wish you told me that the first time. You never know when you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, was that a fourth wall break? That was a fourth wall break. Because she said save. Ooh, Monica's a Deadpool. Wait, is this tip even about writing? Why are you confused? Okay then. What am I even talking about? Maybe you're just crazy and delusional. Well, no, because she fourth wall broke. Maybe she's smarter than she leads on to be. Leads on to be, guys. She's way smarter, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, maybe she knows more than we think she knows. I'm going with that. Maybe this is some digital circus kind of stuff. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. Hey everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? See, Yuri, you did share your poem. I have something extra planned for the day. So if everyone could come sit in front of the classroom. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do I really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. Oh no! Yuri. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've been designing some pamphlets. We can give them out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to do for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah? Yeah, we're gonna be having a poetic performance. Each of us is going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let everyone else come up and recite poems too. Okay, that's great if you want to volunteer for that, but it's not great if you're going to force everyone in the club to do that. I think maybe, Monica, you should just do it yourself. Read off some of the poems maybe that you made, or anyone else wants to give any poems to you. But I don't think you should make Yuri or Nat or Sayori or me read a poem in front of a whole bunch of strangers. I don't know if you know about this, but everyone is pretty shy about their poems. Sayori's putting up all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who has been coloring a poster, holds it up for us all to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting up these posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's a bad idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? That's what I'm saying. It's a good idea, but you shouldn't force people. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Nat. You agree with Nat? Oh my gosh. Bonding? I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Nat and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask from them to recite their poems out loud for the whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So, I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. The only ones responsible for our fate in this club. But if we start the event and each put up a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right! And it's for those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find some feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Nat and Yuri remain silent. Shouldn't force them. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but... It looks like Nat doesn't have an argument left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll have to get it done and over with. right. Phew. Thanks, Nat. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectingly glances around at everyone else's expecting faces. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice. Hey, that's everyone! You're the best, Yuri! This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Foreshadowing! Oh god. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. You don't look very confidently joking. You look seriously worried about that. Well, if you were plotting something, why would you look worried? I guess if you're getting found out. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yourself. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't rehearse your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. How about we just write new poems that you guys are comfortable with sharing? Or what if each of you writes a poem you're comfortable sharing, and then we give each other's poems? That way you don't actually have to recite them. You'll hear somebody else reciting them. That way you're way less embarrassed. I think that's the strat if we're going to force these people to do it. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. More than that, her reflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to imply the emotions behind each line she's reciting, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is it simply a natural? Is this something she's done before, or simply a natural? Well, there's a good chance that if you're in high school, you've presented something in front of a class before, so it's not that hard to imagine. I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. These two are beefing. This intense expression in an anime, that's obviously a sign that they are beefing. Finally, Monica finishes the... What? What about Nat? We didn't get Nat's point of view. Was that intentional? Did Nat just have zero expression? Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica! Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Oh, they're beefing because she wants to be the best. She's gonna be the very best like no one ever was. To write all the poems is her main quest, and to say them out loud is her goal. Yuri! Yuri clenches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri! It is called Afterimage of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? Because of the beef! The beef, guys! The beef! As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happened to Yuri gets absorbed into her book. Her quivering words transform into a sharp symbol of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns as it structures that she in. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she indicates with perfect timing. Indicates? It must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps clenched inside of her head. Suddenly, she finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she's bewildered by herself. See, I'm telling you, she is the raccoon that she's talking about. She has a dark side to her. I think all the girls have a dark side to her, but I think she has an actual split. Because she's obviously like... She has a black and white. There's no gray area with her, I think. But why did we get such a detailed example of her poem? You know, I'm starting to think that Monica isn't even like a girl you can go for, because like she doesn't have anything. She's not a part of the book. She doesn't like, you know, when we have that book where we get to choose the words for the poem, Monica's just not there. And as far as I was aware, when I was paying attention, every time I clicked a word, it was always matching one of the girls. Like, one of the 3 girls that were up there. So, I don't know. I don't even know if Monica's an actual character you can actually, quote-unquote, date. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds up the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. You know, I think this might be a bad thing. I think she's letting out the inner demon. Yuri, that was really good! Thanks for sharing! Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm up next. Sayori hops out from her chair and cheerfully walks up to the poem. Podium. This one is called My Meadow. Ah! Sorry, I giggled. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not thinking about it like you're reciting it to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. What I do when I present, or when I used to present, I would pretend that I'm talking to one person. Well, sort of. Basically, I'd ignore everyone in the classroom and talk to all the walls, look above everyone's heads, and just kind of gaze at the walls and be like, yeah, looking at the walls instead, right past people. But in my head, basically what I told myself is if I can recite this to one person and be like, hey, look at this amazing, look at this essay about Nat and Sayori that are clearly together, top 10 reasons why Nat and Sayori are together. And I just pretend I'm telling this to one person, like my friend or something. And if I can tell it to one person, why can't I just say it to everyone, is kind of my thought. But it's easy to say it to just one person. It's hard to do it in front of everyone. I see! Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's sincere and bittersweet. If I were to read this poem on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe it is what Sayori meant when she said she'd like my poem. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Mocha Cat liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that the other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. Well, yeah, you deliver things in different ways. You know, you don't have to deliver it the same way every time. Some poems have different meanings, guys. They might need a little more focus behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little bit more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. What do you mean? Why do you gotta challenge yourself? I know you're trying to impress everybody. But they're gonna be impressed by even the simplest poems. And also, you literally just said that this poem is better than her average poems. Be nice to each other. Okay. Now, who next? Nah. Don't make me go before Mocha Cat. It's not like I can compare it to you guys anyways. Guys, you don't want to be last when you're presenting. I'm just saying that now, okay? You don't want to be last. Might as well as let Mocha Cat lower everyone's standards a little bit before I have to do it. Wow, thanks, Nat. I love you too. Nat! It's fine. I might as well as get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. See, look, okay, we recited our poem to all these guys individually, and now I'm, nervous because they're all staring at me at the same time. But literally, I spoke to each of you individually, and it was pretty easy to read my poem, or at least have you read it, I guess. I didn't read it, technically. But just imagine if you read it to just one single person, okay? It would be so much easier. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyways. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it too much. I think it's less about your ability and more about the lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Oh, I forgot her voice. Alright then. That just leaves you, Nat. Yeah, I'm going. Nat begrudgingly gets off of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called, why are you looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyways, the poem is called Jump. Nat takes a breath. When she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little bit. While she's still a little enthused, her poem has a rhyme and a rhyme to it. It's Nat's trademark style. And it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they're bouncing up and down, as if it's giving life to the poem. Nat finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. We have the festival next week, Nat. Did you forget? You smooth brain, Nat? Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite the poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will always be easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people, but when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Nat. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you'll all have an idea for what it's like now. Make sure to pick up the poem. Get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll recite. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. That makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know that the festival is coming, but let's try to write a poem for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. For the festival, we'll finish playing for tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club, and to impress Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Oh, ready to go, Sayori? Yep! Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It's literally not a big deal. It might be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Mocha Cat. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Oh, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... I mean... Sayori fumbles her words. But let's just say that one day... So, let's just say one day Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Save it. Oh my gosh, this is the first time I've saved it correctly. Are you guys proud of me? I would walk home with Yuri. I would still walk home with you. Can't we just all three of us walk together? Okay, I'm doing the Yuri route, so I'm gonna just say Yuri. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awfully terrible turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. You admire it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori, I don't need you. I don't need any of this. But I want you, Sayori. I want you. I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in this club is a replacement for you. Is that... If you say so. Conversation trails off, and I'm left feeling awkward. But it's kind of her fault for trapping me in such a weird question. Yeah, that's true. That's a very fair point. You shouldn't ask a question if you're gonna be disappointed. Like, if you could be disappointed. You should ask a question if you're gonna make the person a bad guy. Don't make me a bad guy. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said that there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what'll happen in that time? Alrighty then! Existence? Yes, okay. Again, we're just gonna do all the kind of harder Oh, darn it. The somewhat harder words. More detailed, I guess. It's pretty easy to do, honestly. Suicide. We're gonna stay away from that one. These are not. Yeah, this one's kind of a difficult word. Yeah, okay. Captive. Wait, what? Oh yeah, because of split personalities, you're captive in yourself. You're trapped in yourself. I think you have a. I really think you have a second personality, like not just a dark side, but an alter ego is what I think. Now that I know what I'm looking for, this is a lot easier. I think I got one wrong so far. This is hard. These are not very complicated words. Crap. I remember I used blanket one time, but I don't know if that was actually with Yuri. Okay, there we go. Disaster. There we go. I think I got one wrong. I think I got 19 out of 20 on that. That was pretty good. Oh, man. I'm the last one here again. What were you doing, Monica? Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. That's not the face of somebody that's telling the truth. You must have a lot of you must have a lot of determination. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that we're all willing to help out for the festival, too. Can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Huh? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Nat? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about your part of the festival. But it's the whole day of the school where you get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do you usually have fried squid? Wait a minute. Are their personalities bouncing? I wonder if their personalities constantly switch. So, she just said that she sounded like Sayori just now. And earlier, like, Nat originally said that you don't need large words, you need to have, like, metaphorical senses. And Yuri was saying that you need big words, and it doesn't matter too much about the metaphorical sense. Like, you can have metaphorical, but you also need, like, huge words. And she was saying, like, realistic, or whatever. But now they, like, switched. And Monica, she, like, changed up her poem. I think everyone's just switching up their personalities. And literally the only thing that's constant is what kind of poem they like. Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Come on! Are you saying you don't like squid? I don't. Squid is chewy, man. And it has, like, almost no flavor. It's just super, super chewy. You, of all people, what do you mean? Of all people? Are you a Kuro-sensei? Are you a squid? That's the only explanation. What do you mean, of all people? Huh? I didn't say I didn't like it. Besides, what do you mean by You of all people, exactly. Are you a squid? Are you a squid, Monica? Because it's right in your name. Monica. That's not how you say my name at all. Sorry, this joke flies over me. It just flies right over my head, guys. I don't know enough Japanese to know if these names mean anything, except for Yuri's name. I found this cool anime. We'll just learn that this name, Yuri's name, like means June or something like that. I think it's June. It might be July. I think it's June though. Or I don't know if that was just for the specific story. I just realized this was probably just a plot for the story and not an actual real thing. Google it. I'll Google it. But it might literally just be something for the actual anime itself. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Exactly. Wait. She's fourth wall breaking again. She knows more than she thinks. That's confused because she fourth wall breaked. I'm so smart. Never mind. I caught it before anyone else ever saw it. Even though this game is super old, I am the first. Let's just focus on our own event from now on, okay? Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyways. Excuse me? Where is Sayori anyways? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting on the desk in the corner of the room looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. You don't have a poem ready, do you? Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. Huh? You're spacing out again. I'm sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything alright? Of course! Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Tell me, don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright. If you say so. I worryingly glance at Sayori before turning back towards everyone else. But the conversation has already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed something about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they might be spending a lot more time together. Is Sayori bummed because I said that I'd walk with Yuri, and now she's like plotting a murder because I said that I like Yuri? Well, not like Yuri. I said that I'd walk with Yuri, and now she's plotting to murder Yuri or something. I timidly approach Monica, who's shuffling through some papers at her desk. Okay, Cat, what's up? Hey, this might sound strange, but have you noticed something up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. What a weird way to put it. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who idles dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk, like she's going to erase Yuri from the earth. That's the metaphorical meaning behind this, obviously. Maybe there's something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Mocha. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she never really likes this. She always talks to me about things that bother her. But this time, when I asked her, she was always dismissive. She was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me, too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about her well-being of the club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? You're not gonna, approach her, kill her, and say, oh, everything is fine. Everything is fine with her. She's, really good. She decided to go to the doctor. Now she's moving away. Ha. She seems like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she's just having a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Mocha Cat. Me? The main character of this dating sim? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anyone else, Well, that could be just because, I'm interesting. I'm just a really interesting person. You can talk about somebody and not be in love with them, but I see how that's a huge factor. She's been much happier ever since you joined the club. She doesn't seem like it as she sits at her desk erasing her desk. She doesn't seem very happy right now. That's kind of the whole conflict going on right now, Monica. It's like an extra light has turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori's always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it has always been. You're so funny, Mocha Cat. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her so cheerful? Because that's just how she is when she's around you? I mean, yes, but I feel like she's happy like that. I don't know. I guess you don't know. If you're not around. You said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyways? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my... Oh, surprise yawn. But I already know that I won't be able to get her words outside of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks around the room to where Yuri is sitting. Where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. But she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from where I am. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else. But that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. You're such a buzzkill, Sayori. Stop being depressed. You're such a buzzkill. Oh my gosh, I wonder if your poem had actual meanings with the bottles, how I only want you happy. With the bottles, how I only want you to be happy and I take all your happiness away as I shatter all your bottles on the ground and all your happiness disintegrates. I bet that poem had no inner meanings at all. Exactly how much do I care about her? That I'm letting this weigh down on me so much. Well, you're her friend. You should, of course, be weighed down by this, at least a little bit, or at least a little bit of concern. It should be in the back of your mind at the very least. Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why do I feel like I'm being watched? Yuri? I glance around the room. I knew it! I called it, guys! Suddenly I noticed Yuri peering at me from over her book. I figured we'd have a cutscene with her since I got my poem all right. Or not all right. I got most of it right. Suddenly I noticed Yuri. But she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't be getting anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord. So I have no choice but to approach her myself. I stand up from my desk and sit to the one next to hers. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't even do anything. But I could tell that you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How were you even able to tell that I was thinking like that? Well, it's something that I do a lot. So it wasn't hard for me to spot it based on your posture and expression. No, Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. You know, the thing I caught you in the act of, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. You didn't see nothing. In that case, I guess you were right. I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concerns of those who are willing to share in their concerns. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you were to prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. It's not really a big deal. You don't want to learn that Sayori's bringing me down, because then you'll probably kill her because she's making me sad. So, yeah, I'm not going to tell you. I was just feeling a little bit uneasy about Sayori. So you told her anyways. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh, that's quite romantic. Eh? So sorry. Stop shipping me with Sayori. I'm trying to go after you, Pipsqueak. Oh, I'm calling you Pipsqueak. You're the tallest of the girls. I didn't mean to say something stupid. It's not that. I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have been friends for a long time, that's all. I see. Then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. I'm wondering, that very first round that I did with the poems, I ended up getting Sayori instead of Yuri, and I'm wondering if that's why it's affecting the future now, why I'm getting so many Sayori scenes versus, say, like, Nat. Like, it's not even really that big of a scene, it's just a little bit more than, like, say, Nat or Monica. But I feel like Monica's not, whatever. I was gonna say, Monica probably is going to be involved regardless of who you choose, because she's just not a choice. She's just not a dating choice. She's like, I guess, the narrator? No, she's like the sidekick or something. She's like, I don't know if you ever watched this show, but she's like, you know, that character from, I'm not even gonna say it anymore, actually. That's such a dumb comparison. Moving on! Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. Mocha Cat. The world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. And there are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you know them. So you think there might be something behind it after all? I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going on inside her head. And she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today, too. And I also feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was awfully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she? What the heck? I've gotten, like, Yuri twice at least, or 3 times with my poems. And she's shipping me with Sayori. Stop shipping me with Sayori. I guess. Or wait. Is she not going to try to murder me? Is she going to try to forcefully ship me and Sayori? But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Yuri suddenly looked deep into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she's searching for something. Searching for love? Embraced, I invert my gaze. Oh, embarrassed, I invert my gaze. Sometimes a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you are someone honest and caring. May uncover feelings you weren't aware were in you. May uncover feelings you weren't aware were in you. I I think that she would be I think she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me way too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. That's not a compliment, is it? That it is what it is. As long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it, yeah. I should be taking my mind off the whole thing anyway. Why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that I can make you read, if there's one thing that can make you read time better, it's a nice cup of tea. What are you making this tea exactly? Like, I know you have a teapot, but do you have an entire little oven? Or stovetop? Do you have a whole stovetop? Are you using, like, one of those tanks? Are you using, like, a little camping oven-based little system? A propane tank? Are you using a propane tank? Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow her and watch her retrieve a small pitcher of water from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Okay, I'm glad they pointed out the filter, because I was going to say if this pitcher is just full of stagnant, dirty water, you don't want to drink that. Can you hold it for a second? Sure. Oh no, I know where this is going. I know exactly where this is going. Oh no. We're gonna spill the water, aren't we? We're gonna spill it right on her shirt. I know. Yuri hands over the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug it into the teacher's desk, and then we'll get some water. Oh, this is an empty container. Okay. And now you're giving me the answer, an electric kettle. I've never used an electric kettle. I don't even know what that is. I know it's like a British thing, but I didn't know you could use an electric one. I thought you just had to put it on the stove. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Are you saying that Yuri doesn't normally look or speak elegant? I don't know, my image of Yuri is she's always elegant. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Oh no! Is this the representation of me walking with Yuri home instead of going to Sayori and being by her side? That's totally what this is, isn't it? Where are you two off to? We're just... Yuri was going to make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. How is it weird? Can't we just walk down the hall together? Dude, literally every time a person would ask to use the restroom, their friend would go with them all the time. At least with the girls, 90% of the time, a friend would go with them. Or whenever even just like walking down the attendance to the office, like half the time there was a group of 2 or 3 people going down to walk that paper. At least in my school, they were pretty like lenient on that kind of stuff because we'd get our work done in most of my classes. And so you would have all the time people walking together down the halls. And this isn't even a proper class. This is a club. Why do we have to explain this? We're just filling up a water pitcher. Ah, okay. Sorry, I was a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once. Ooh! Or are you telling me there's something wrong with helping involving Mocha Cat into club activities? My mouth gaps. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Mocha Cat. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly pulls her forehead against the wall. She puts her forehead against the wall. Oh, you were embarrassed. I know what you're doing. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri. Something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. There was no right or wrong thing there, guys. It was so simple. Why do you gotta make it so dramatic? I wasn't expecting it, but... It's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. What are we judging? I hate drama. Why must we... I like drama. I just hate anime drama. Not even anime drama. I just hate, I guess, high school drama. I just hate high school drama. Mocha Cat. How come even when I did something bad? Something bad? What did you do that was bad? You're being nice to me. Because nothing is as bad as you make it seem in your head. I agree. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away. But you always apply things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate somebody for having emotions. What kind of friend would I be for doing that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts up her head. Mocha Cat, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you, too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once I fill up on the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Mocha Cat, do you like oolong tea? I don't know what that is. Yeah, but apparently I like it. Anything is fine. Very well. She sets the temperature of the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really like doing this proper, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do anything less when making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert at tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little bit to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyways. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worried about me, Mocha Cat. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour the cup of tea for each of us. Mocha Cat, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Huh? Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over my desk. Oh, lean against me instead. I'll be your wall. I'll be the wall. Guys, okay? I will shapeshift into a wall just so you can lean up against me because I'm a simp. But no, really, I was just thinking of the cute little cuddling up together. I wasn't, yeah. I wasn't being weird, guys. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's almost like because my posture is hunched over whenever I stab somebody with my knife. It's a really bad habit when I stab people like that. Your posture, right? always hunched over like that while reading. Yes, I have a terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. And I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it, since it goes well with the tea. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our side. As if in sync, we assume the same reading posture as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How are we supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup? Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a posture that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay, I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. Alright guys, I know this is probably a bad spot to stop. Because it's just kind of a weird spot to stop, but I've been recording for a long time. It's pretty late at night. I decided to record this at 11:40. Yeah, so give me 2 seconds, guys. There we go. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching today's video. If you like the series, remember to like, so I know what you guys want. Anyways, have a good day, everyone. Or it could have, so basically. Or not, or more of a metaphorical. She's using a more guys, stick with me. She's using a more to endure. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to endure. It's easier for me to keep everyone's Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets. Sorry. I thought I heard about it. Yuri dejectingly glances around at everyone else. Or do you want me to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Mocha Hat? I'm not nearly as philosophical. But you don't need to put that in it. Sayori always had the habit. Yuri clenches a seat. The moon encampments. The way I write the lines really short makes. The way you write. More than that, Her inflation is classic provolone.